Sahana Omkaram bindu samyuktam nityam dhyayanti yogino kamadam mokshadam chaiva omkaraya namo namaha. Andarjyoti bhagirjyoti pratyek jyoti parat paraha jyotirjyoti swayam jyoti atmajyoti shivosmyaham. Sachidanandarupaya Vishwotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niradam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram Mukhaṁ Karoti Vachalam Pankum Lankayade Girim Yet kripa tamaham vande paramanandamadhavam. Yam brahma varunendra rudra marudaha stunnvanti divyai stavaihi vedai sangabadakramopanishadair gayanti yam samagaha. Dhyanavastita tadgadena manasa pashyanti yam yogino Vidusura suraganaha devaya tasmai namaha. Which verse? We will chant from this 31st verse because it's a new topic. What is the topic from 31st verse? Topic is what? Nididhyasana. Okay, so we will again chant it. Mano drishyamidam dvaidam yatkinchis sacharacharam manaso hemani bhave dvaidam naivopalabhyade na sankalpayade yadam amanastam tada yadi grahya bhave tadagraham akalpagamajam jnanam jneya bhinnam prachakshade brahma jneyamajam nityam ajenajam vibudhyade. Very beautifully Gurudev had explained, nothing to explain there. Only Narayana can know Narayana. When you come to the state of the Amani Bhavam, and there is no thought in the mind. And without thoughts there cannot be a world of objects. Why? Because every thought is object plus consciousness. When there are no thoughts, what happens? You are in consciousness. You are conscious of consciousness and not conscious of the world of objects, emotions and thought. Whether the objects are gross objects or subtle objects of the mind, subtle feelings and emotions of the mind, whatever it is, I don't see them. Why? Because I am there. Have you understood? My attention is turned towards the highest. This is called Nididhyasana. Whenever your attention is towards the highest and not towards the lower world of OET, PFT, etc., then you reach that state called Amani Bhavam, where there is no Vritti Jnanam, there is only Surupa Jnanam. I am in Surupa Jnanam at that time. And that state, Atma Satyanubhodena, and by that understanding what happens? Na sankalpayade yada. There is no thought of objects, emotions and thoughts. Thoughts have gone into dissolution, as it were. There's nothing to think about. Grahya abhava. Grahya bhave agraham. There is no objects to realize, so there is no subject also. Subject-object division is gone. The mind in its pure state stays there. What is that pure state? It has come from the consciousness. It coils itself in its own real nature and rests as it. Now it is not resting. All the time it is jumping. The moment this quietude comes to the mind, you are on the way to realization. Please remember that. So, he said all that consciousness turned away from the mind also. Consciousness is in itself. Now it is not reflecting in the mind, and the mind is coiled on itself. Okay? Collapsed. What a Gurudev used the word. Mind has collapsed. Now it is like a balloon which has been blown. Now it has, there's no more air in it. It has collapsed. Collapsed in that. No thoughts arise. The last thought is thoughted and no new thought is thoughting or rising. At moment of Atma Satya Anubodham it is. I am only aware of myself, the awareness itself. Not aware of something here. Not aware of even the ego. Not aware of the world of objects, emotions and thoughts. Not even aware of the body, mind and intellect. The whole samsaric cage is smashed as it were. So what is there? Only I, the little I, coiled on the capital I. Very beautiful verse. He said, you please remember these verses very carefully. Mind-blowing it is, and you become blissed out of all vrittis. Vritti, thoughts. So when there is nothing to burn, the fire is not a burner. The fire cannot burn when there is nothing to burn. So also the mind cannot think when there is no thing to think about. For such a mind, such a pure mind, does not entertain ragadveshas and kamakrodhadi. Thus, everything is wiped out. Good, the spring cleaning is done of the mind. Such a mind, every spiritual sadhaka should attain. Then only what is talked about here will become a reality. Otherwise, we will be only talking about it. It is not your experience. Okay, so we go to the next. Agalpagam ajam jnanam jneyabhinnam, which is not different from jneya. That jnanam, the knowledge, in other words, it is not a knowledge of things, but knowledge per se. Not a knowledge of things, but knowing principle. Yesterday he explained it very, very nicely. And it is not, jnanam there means satyam, jnanam, anandam, brahma. When we say, not jnanam of something, but the ability to know, that is called jnanam there. Satyam, jnanam, the chit surupa, atma. Its very nature is knowledge. Not that if there is nothing to know, that also is illumined by it. If there is something to know, that also is illumined by it. You understand? If there is darkness, that is illumined by that knowledge, by that chit surupa atma. If there is darkness, if there is light, that is also illumined. If there is knowledge, that is illumined. Knowledge of something in the world. Here, that is also illumined. If there is ignorance of something here, that ignorance also is illumined by It is a peculiar knowledge. Is it not? And that knowledge is not different from the Jnaya Vastu, which is Atman, the self. That itself is Atman, because Atman's Surupa is Sat Chit Ananda. It is Satyam Jnanam Anandam. So this knowledge of things which we are getting because of the consciousness in us, that knowledge is not different from the absolute knowledge, which is pure knowledge. Pure consciousness. Usually what is our knowledge? Conscious of so many unwanted, unnecessary thoughts. That is our knowledge. We are very learned, we say. We are the only person a Vedantin called learned is the one who has realized. Have you understood? All other knowledge is impure knowledge. No. 6 PhDs he has. So what? There are 1,000 PhDs to be taken now. So limited knowledge, not unlimited. The limitless knowledge is the knowing principle. Pure knowledge. Like pure light, those who are science students know pure light and reflected light and all that. In the same way. Pure knowledge, and that knowledge of something is a reflected knowledge, not pure. Because without that object, the knowledge of that doesn't take place. So what is that? The object you removed. Now I am aware of that flower. Okay? I have got flower knowledge. Now I removed the flower. So what am I now? Am I dead? No. I am pure knowledge. Nothing to illume.